back to a new video. Today I'm going to be doing Friday reviews because today is Friday. Last week I didn't do one because I hadn't watched any of the movies. So this week I have 4 to talk about, so as always I'm going to run through them, and down in the description you will find the timestamps for each review. So first of all I'll be talking about Going in Style, then we'll be talking about A Dog's Purpose, then we've got Voice from the Stone, and finally the Belko Experiments. All of these are from August. These are all my August pickups. I have 2 left to watch that were released in August, so I've got 2 money movements left to watch, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty caught up. Today's the 1st of September, so that's, you know, not too bad. Just got 2 to watch for August. So let's get into it. First of all, I watched Going in Style. So we have Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine and Alan Arkin in this kind of fun heist type of thing. So basically I watched this film called Golden Years about a month ago, and I was really excited for it because basically it was about these elderly people whose pensions were getting taken away from them and they decided to rob a bank. I thought that sounds really funny and interesting. It was actually a British movie and it just went, it really didn't work, but I really liked the concept. However, this movie has the same concept. We have these 3 elderly men and they are having problems with their pensions. Their pensions are getting taken away from them, stuff like that, and they decide, why not try and rob a bank? Same kind of thing, right? Now, where the other movie went very wrong and took some really odd turns and decisions that I just didn't think were necessary, and it, you know, didn't have these great comedy, great actors in it, you know, these guys were so funny and so brilliant, so obviously, you know, the cast helped here, but put the cast aside for a moment, the actual storyline, this was so spot on for what it needed to be. The other movie I watched, which like I say is very similar, pretty much the same concept, it made a few choices that were just like, well, it just made you dislike the characters a lot. And I think in this situation, to be on board with somebody, you know, robbing the bank and be kind of in that, you want them to do it, you have to really like the characters. And in the other one they made some very unlikable choices and became maybe very greedy, and it was not a very great way to look at things. However, this one, like I say, everything that movie did wrong, this movie did right. I really liked its kind of family aspects. Who was it? Who was the Michael Caine? Yeah, Michael Caine had a granddaughter and he lived with his daughter, and I thought that was very sweet and I really liked their relationship. Joey King was in it, she was the granddaughter, she was really good as well. And then we have Morgan Freeman, who roommates with Alan Arkin, and Morgan Freeman is going through some kind of things that he has to deal with and some secrets that he's keeping, so each person has kind of their own storyline, and then Alan Arkin kind of has this fun little relationship going on as well. So not only are they, you know, got this pension thing and the bank, but there's also like little storylines for each of them, which I really enjoyed. So I gave this movie 4 stars. It was very enjoyable, it was fun. I definitely will watch this one again in the future, and I will be looking forward to that. And I think the way that the movie comes together works very well, because obviously it's kind of a far-fetched idea and you don't really know what's going to happen. This one, it kind of keeps you on your toes. You don't really know how it's going to end, what routes it's going to take. It's very good. Really enjoyed this one. So that's Going in Style. Next we have A Dog's Purpose. Yay! You guys know I was very much looking forward to this. I love dog movies or animal movies or kind of family movies, which is kind of what this is. This was weird. It was weirder than what I thought it was going to be. I feel like I'll enjoy this more on a second watch because I didn't expect it to be the way it was. So basically what we have, and you find this out very quick on, we have this little dog. You see this little dog at first and he's just been born into the world, and he's, you know, you've seen, the movie's been told through the dog's perspective, which I really liked. And then the dog like dies or something, and then he is a new dog and he's like, oh, I'm another dog. And it was kind of weird. I found that, I don't know why I found that strange, but I found that it was kind of a nice way to look at things. Because then when something happened to the dog, he was like, he's back. Oh, I'm back now. I'm another dog. And it kind of wasn't as sad, but I also felt like that contradicted itself, because like some things weren't as sad, because the dog would be like, oh, you know, I'm back, I returned. Like the soul of the dog would just, he'd rebirth and be another dog. Which, you know, we don't know. That could happen. I don't know. But I found that a little bit odd, but it works for the story. but I kind of found that hard to get to grips with. I don't know, it's kind of weird. So I actually gave this movie 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was such a great dog movie. Some of them, you know, we get dog movies, some of them aren't that great. This was a very good one. I really liked the relationships that it built, and I felt like a long movie in a good way, but it's only 99 minutes. It felt like it packed so much emotion and so many connections into this film that I felt like I really got to know a lot of characters, and I really loved a lot of characters. But it felt like I was with them for a long time, but you really weren't. So I felt like it did that really well. And the dogs were cute. I loved them. I liked, oh my gosh, what was his name? Bailey. This is kind of the whole bit at the beginning where the dog goes to live with this boy, this dog here. Wait, is it this dog? Yeah, he's a red retriever, but now he looks gold. Was he a red retriever? I don't know. He goes and lives with this little boy, and it's just so cute. I just loved that whole bit, and I loved it. And I really liked the end. You kind of got to suspend some disbelief, but I really liked the end. I really did. I definitely will watch this one again soon, because again, now that I know the whole weirdness of it, I'll enjoy it a lot more. I know I'm going to love this movie. It's going to grow to love me all the way around. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Not got too much to say about it. It's a dog movie. I love dog movies. I still don't think it's better than Marley and Me. I feel like Marley and Me is the best dog movie. Very sad, but the best. This one was also sad. You know, there's times when it was like, this is sad. All dog movies are pretty much going to be sad. We have to, you know that. But Marley and Me is still a bit better than this one. But I thought it was going to be like the new one. It'd come in. I'd love it. I'd be obsessed with it. And while I do love it, I need to get my head around the kind of weirdness of the story. But yes, that's A Dog's Purpose. Next we have A Voice from the Stone. Okay, this is Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones and Me Before You. This one I was quite looking forward to. It's set in this big gothic house in Tuscany, which I thought was a really nice setting, and she basically is a nurse, and she goes in to help with this family. She goes into different families and helps with children and stuff, and she goes in to help this family who has this young boy whose mother has died, and he is now mute. He hasn't spoken for I think 7 months or something, and it's set in the 1950s. And it's very eerie and weird, and I was really enjoying the vibes. It was very slow to start with, but that didn't really bother me because I loved looking at this visually. I feel like it took the time to show us the castle and show us the shots, and instead of just rushing through it, I feel like that's what I wouldn't have liked. I wouldn't have liked it just be like, oh, da 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 da. I didn't want it to be fast. I wanted it to be slow and enjoy the scenery and enjoy this gothic house, and I got to do that. That I really liked. And then as with all of these films, you know, obviously it's got a creepy vibe. I wouldn't call it a horror. I'd call it maybe more of a, not even a thriller, a drama thriller, gothic drama, I don't know. And obviously there's this kind of mystery going on, and you're trying to figure out what it is. And it did have some twists and turns, but I don't know that I liked the end. The end was a bit weird. I was like, okay. I think they could have really like blown me away. They could have done something crazy, but they didn't, and it was kind of crazy, and then it wasn't. And you know, obviously I can't talk about it too much because, you know, the main drive for this movie, I suppose, is the end, and where my whole rating comes from. Well, not the whole rating, but where a lot of my rating would come in is how the movie concludes, because it's that kind of movie. It's building up to something and then it concludes. So I gave it 3 stars. I did enjoy it. I would watch it again. I thought it was interesting, and it's kind of kept in my mind for the few days after watching it. And I really, really liked the setting, and of course Emilia Clarke was great as well. But I just could have done with the plot or the story just being a little bit better, because I feel like I liked the characters. It was intriguing enough that I was interested, but it just didn't pull it off for me. So yeah, The Voice from the Stone, it's still good. If you like kind of like nice big old gothic houses, then this is nice to look at those, which I really like. So yeah. Voice from the Stone. Also, just quick though, before I put it down, I'm sure it says somewhere, I said, oh, I really like The Others and Woman in Black, and I'm sure it said on this movie somewhere, like, similar to The Others and Woman in Black. On the back of this movie, it actually says, Voice from the Stone is an unsettling chiller in the vein of horror classics and gothic masterpieces such as The Others, Rebecca and Woman in Black. And I said when I bought this, oh, I really like The Others and Woman in Black, and this seems similar to that. And while it has got similarities between the two, mostly with its big, lovely house, The Others has a really fantastic conclusion and a great payoff, whereas this one doesn't. And I feel like had it might have been like a more recent, similar to the others. Cause I love the others, and I feel like there hasn't been a film similar to that and as good as that since that one. So I kind of wanted that from this, and it just didn't have the payoff. And with The Woman in Black, I think The Woman in Black is definitely a lot scarier, creepier. This one didn't really have those kind of scares. And still, I think The Woman in Black is a better film. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy this, and I liked it visually. And for, it was good. I would watch it again. So yeah, like I said, that's Voice from the Stone. And finally, we have the Belko Experiments. I feel like a lot of people wanted to know my thoughts on this one, and I actually really enjoyed this. It was very interesting and intriguing throughout the film. And I remember watching the film, and I really wanted to go and get a drink. Now, usually I have no problems pausing films. I'd go, I'd get a drink, and then I'd be like, oh, I'd wander off, I'd come back to the film, whatever. But in this one, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't pause. I was like, oh, I'll go get a drink in a minute. And then I was like, oh, this happened. Oh, I'll go get a drink in a minute. I just could not watch the whole movie in one go. So yeah, this one kept me very interested and intrigued. Basically, it's about these people who work at Belko, and it's in the middle of, I think it's in Bulgaria, but it's in the middle of nowhere anyway, just kind of very randomly in the middle of nowhere. They've got a lot of security going on, so they go into work as they usually do, and then this voice comes over the speaker saying, you have to kill 2 people or blah 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 in the next 30 minutes, It's kind of weird, like Saw voice. Anyway, and then the whole building goes on shutdown, like all the shutters go up, on the windows, and everything's completely blocked in. And they're like, okay, what's going on? Is this a joke? And obviously, things start to heat up and continue on down that path. And I thought it was very interesting, and it was kind of weird seeing what people would do in this situation, and it kind of got a discussion of, oh, what would you do? Like, I don't know, it's difficult, and it's weird, and I don't know, it was very interesting. And there were some characters in this movie that I didn't like at all, like, you just couldn't stand them, but like, they were annoying, but other characters were finding them annoying, so you were like, yes, there was this one great female character, I don't know her name, but she was fantastic. She was a great, strong female character, in some parts, and there was this man who kept just annoying her, and she was really awesome and badass about it, and I was like, yes. So even though he was so annoying, that she was like, yeah, so I was like, this is great. And I don't think everybody will like it, but I, like I say, was just so intrigued throughout that I was just enjoying it. I didn't know how it was going to end, I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, oh, rooting for different people. I was like, oh, I really want them to be okay, oh, I really want them to do this, and then like something would happen, I'd be like, oh no, them. So it was just fun to watch. It's one of the fun movies. If you watch this with maybe a group of people or like another person, I think it'd be a great fun time. And I thought the ending was going to ruin it. And then the end, I actually thought was very good. There was kind of the ending, the overall ending I thought was great. And I was like, okay, I liked that, good. It wasn't amazing or anything, it didn't blow me away, but it didn't mess everything up, which I feel like a lot of these movies do. So I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. But then there was like another end, like for like 2 seconds, when they do that in the movie, like another 2-second bit of an end, which like leads to something else. I didn't like that very much. It was okay though, so I didn't really hinder anything. So like 2 seconds, I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just forget about that bit. But yeah, I gave this one 4 stars. I quite enjoyed it, kept me interested throughout. I couldn't even go and get a juice, I just had to watch it, so that's always a good thing in my books. And I would watch it again. I did enjoy it, and I would show it to other people as well. I think it's an interesting one to be like, oh, we should watch this, So those are the 4 movies I watched this week. Let me know down in the comments below if you've seen any of these. I would love to know your thoughts on them. And thumbs up if you enjoy Friday reviews, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!